All right, all right, all right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of my weekly stock picks. My name is Brock. You can follow me on Twitter at Don'tFeedBear. You can also follow my YouTube channel. If you could give me a subscribe and a like, that'd be fantastic. Let's take a look at what the S&P 500 was doing this week. So, as I mentioned this past week, that it looked like it was going to have a strong week, and sure enough, we did. So far, we're trending to the top of this range right here. The next week, I could see us going a little bit down, or I could even see us pushing to the top of this and then breaking down a bit before we head back up for even more all-time highs. So if we take a look at the indicators, indicators are showing well above the cloud. Things are looking up. Kind of high on the RSI. So a quick little dip would make sense here. We are pushing pretty hard on the MACD. We're pushing pretty hard on the squeeze indicator. So a small dip upcoming. If we don't get a small dip this week, it's going to be a bigger dip the following week, but so far the trend looks good. Overall, over the next 6 months, I can see us going positive. I see a small little correction or dip in there happening, so just be aware of that. Okay. Two winners and a loser. So my highest performing stock of the past 6 weeks has been L Brands. It's 10.3%. It's very close to hitting that third price target, and this has just been a great stock pick. Target has been fantastic as well. Target's been was picked 2 weeks before L Brands. It's kind of a slow mover, but it's been slowly heading up to my price targets that I've set for it. So Target's looking very good as well. FCell, it's minus 31% since I introduced it. Not a great one, but I was expecting this one to be a little bit slower. Hasn't hit my cut loss yet, so as long as we can get a nice reversal this week or the week after, I like FCell, especially long term. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into my stock picks of the week, and you'll notice a trend here. We've got Taiwanese Semiconductor, Palantir, Etsy, and Intel. So I see a lot of tech that's being picked up now with this kind of rotation in tech. I got 2 semiconductor companies in here because, like I said, I think those are going to be very strong in the upcoming weeks. As always, I put my stock picks of the week, their type of setup, the buy zone, the cut loss, their price targets. I also put the charts and what I'm seeing. If you don't agree or have questions, please message me and ask or leave a comment, and I'll do my best to comment back. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into them. So let's start with Taiwanese Semiconductor. So Taiwanese Semiconductor is red hot because they do a lot of the chip manufacturing for a lot of companies as they outsource. The only issue is that we're having a shortage right now. So a lot of these chip companies are going to be very popular. Also, something to keep in mind is that Taiwanese Semiconductor, I believe, has earnings this week. And yes, it does. On the April 15th. So on Thursday, I believe that is. Or, no, Wednesday. Whatever day it is. All right, so right off the bat, I could see this taking a dip down to kind of, close this window here or this gap, followed by a push back up to, going through these resistance areas. So if you look at the indicators so far, it's kind of hinting at what I expect to happen, a small little dip and then push back up, maybe even bounces off this yellow line on the MACD. RSI is a little high, so I could see a little come back down and go back up, similar to like something like this. It wants to slice through the cloud. This is pushing up. I'd love to see this clear. So there's a few things in the way, but overall I see TSM as a strong stock moving forward. So keep an eye on that one. Up next is Palantir. So Palantir is a pretty cool company. I know a lot of people have been pumping it lately, but I didn't think it was ready. It looks ready now. I think because a lot of people are calling it here. I didn't think it was ready. Yeah, sure enough, it dipped again. Kind of going sideways now. It looks, I called it out around here last time where it had this huge jump. I think we see something similar to that coming up soon. It does have earnings coming up in May, so we got to be aware of that. Indicators are showing strength. So as you can see here, it still is below the cloud. We are seeing the RSI high. We are seeing the MACD pushing up. We are seeing the squeeze indicator pushing up as well. So we are starting to see signs that it's ready to move on into the next stage and start pushing up. So I think Palantir is looking good and it's ready. I'm already in, so I hope this keeps pushing up. If we dip, that's a great buy down here, low 20s. That's huge, and then we can push up and hopefully, I don't think in the next 2 months we hit all-time highs, but we can at least get back up to these levels. I think the $40, high 30s. So let's keep an eye on this one. I think it's good. All right, Etsy. So where am I? Here we are. So I want to show you something interesting about Etsy. take a look where it was 1 year ago, April. It was $29. It is today $218.57. What a run. So, but like I said, it's just incredible stock. It's been performing extremely well. A lot of people love Etsy. Right now it has a setup where I think it dips one more time before it bounces and breaks out. So if we check the indicators, RSI is moving up. Everything's moving, just pushing forward. So maybe it doesn't dip one more time. It just breaks out next week. So I just think this looks like a great stock. I think it's starting to trend in a good direction right now. I think it's something to keep an eye on. There's a few stocks I saw that are starting to have this flag pattern, but Etsy's one of those that I think we could push for all-time highs very soon here. So keep an eye on Etsy, another good one. And then the last one is Intel. So Intel is on this very, very long, very big Elliott wave here that I have going for it. So if we look here, we take it. The 618 is right here at about 83, 84. So right now it's kind of just going along that wave 3 and then slowly moving forward. I have a great long-term call on this that has just been, it just keeps collecting money. It's great. I don't have to worry about it. It'll dip here and there, but it keeps pushing forward as you can see. So right now might be a good time to get in and just hold for a couple months and collect the money at the end. So Intel's looking very strong. Take a look at their RSI, which look at this. Very strong movement lately. Above the cloud, everything looks good on Intel. I really like it. Just did the bullish cross on MACD. Look at all these red indicators right here. It's saying that it's gonna push. It's squeezing. It's gonna push. So I really like Intel here. It's a great pick. Funny that I had AMD last week, Intel this week. I just think the semiconductor sector, it's not even close to done. I think they still have a lot of positive movement going forward. So definitely want to, those are ones that I'm heavy in. I don't know if you guys are, but I really like what I'm seeing from them. So, all right, so those are my stock picks. Let's go ahead and look into my honorable mention. So, AFRI right now is, like I said, there's a lot of stocks that kind of have this trend here where it has this squeeze or a little flag pattern. So I like this right here. It's at the bottom. I'd like to see it bounce and and break out and love all-time highs, but if we can break to the mid-20s, that's really good too. So like I said, high risk, high reward, because if you look, it's low here. It hasn't quite turned yet. The MACD hasn't quite shown that it's gonna curl up and give you that bullish cross. So that's why this is high risk, high reward, and not a stock pick. So it also does, I believe, have earnings this week. Maybe that's the catalyst that pushes it up. So keep an eye on AFRI here. So. All right, up next was QuantumScape. So I mentioned QuantumScape a while ago, and it's done pretty well. As you can see here, it broke out, dipped back down, broke out again. So it's now double bottomed. Okay, so now can we see another breakout? So that's what I'm keeping an eye on QS for. The indicators are showing that's kind of going sideways. It's showing a really small red cloud here, which I like. I just think QS is a really strong stock that's has a high potential for a breakout, like a big, very aggressive move in the future. So high risk, high reward, like I said, doesn't quite have the setup I like, but the double bottom I do like. I need this to go up soon though, or else it's gonna, it could just fade. So keep an eye on QS for a chance of breakout later. So Beyond Meat on my list 3 weeks in a row. Look at this. It just can't break this downward trend. The day that it does, I'll probably buy in to a year-long call, because I just think, I don't know. It's done this before. It's looking like it's ready to break out again. So have this on your watch list. I think if we can break past this, kind of downtrend, I think we can see a lot of positive movement going forward. So BYND, keep an eye on it, and Salesforce. So Salesforce is looking very strong. It was almost a stock pick, but I still don't think it's ready yet. I think, Friday was a huge move. I think we can see a little bit down here and then take off again. Indicators are showing we're finally above the 200. We're pushing, slicing through the cloud. Everything's pushing up. As soon as this cloud turns green, I'd probably buy a call. I just think Salesforce, was beat up really, really bad over that, tech sell-off. And I think it's recovering very strong right now. And I think we could see some really good stuff towards the end of the year. So keep an eye on Salesforce. I think it's a strong stock moving forward. If you have any long-term, don't sell. It's a great stock. So, all right, everybody. That is my weekly stock picks. Those are my honorable mentions, and I give you my weekly stock picks. If you have any questions, please message me. I see us maybe having a red week, but I do see a correction coming up soon. Not a huge one like before, but a small dip in the S&P 500, so just be prepared for that. I think right now is just a hold time. There are some good opportunities in tech, semiconductor, EV. There's some stuff coming up that I will continue to prepare you guys for. So, all right, let's have a green week, and I'll talk to you later. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.